All right. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, this fool hasn't uploaded a video in a quick minute, and I apologize for that. Work has gotten crazy, and I've said that a lot in the past, so I don't want to like say it again and just beat the horse that is already dead. But I don't want to start my video with like, what's up guys, Wally here, and I want you to check this out. But I do want to talk about something today, and I want to direct you towards a stream. So I want to talk to you about my experiences with Division so far, and let you know how I feel about it. And then I'm going to be shifting some of my content, if Division is good, if I feel like I'm going to be playing a lot of it, towards the Division. But I'm not going to be stopping with lore videos or Destiny or anything like that. It's just for right now, Destiny's kind of lull for me, and I like to play something else that is going to give me a little bit more enjoyment. And I hope you guys can understand that. And if not, check out the channel and content when Destiny gets lively again, which I assume will be very soon. But until then, let's talk about this. So my experience so far, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, is that the Division has been awesome. I had an opportunity to play the alpha, and I really enjoyed the alpha. There were some problems with it. I'm not going to sit there and pour honey into your ear and say that it's the best game of all time, because it's not, but it is very fun. So I will be streaming the beta here tonight for a couple hours. If you guys want to come into the Twitch channel, I have the link in the description below. It'll be on my Twitch stream. If you guys want to come in and say what's up, I would really appreciate it. If not, that's cool. You guys are awesome. I'll be streaming throughout the beta, and I will be continuing to put up good, solid beta content for you guys. If you guys are on the fence, you're unsure about it, etc., maybe just looking for some gameplay footage or second opinion, I will be able to provide for that. But I will say that my time with the alpha was enjoyable. The gunplay is good. There's a lot of complaints with spongy enemies, and for me personally, I didn't find them any more spongy than Destiny's enemies, so that is my point right there. I think it was fine. PvP was incredibly enjoyable. There were some issues with lag and some latency, but that, again, alpha explains some of that, and again, just general console gameplay has always limited the experience in terms of what could be a really good defined PvP experience. Destiny's a pretty good example of this. Battlefield Vanilla, prior to all the patches, at least Battlefield 4, is a pretty good example of this. And Halo Master Chief. There's always issues with lag, right? So this always exists. As time goes on, they get better and better and better and better and better at perfecting it. So I assume that's one of those issues that will sort of be more nuanced than feature as we move past beta and alpha into actual launch. The other thing is the customization, the movement, the overall feel of the game. So the environment is done incredibly well. I have to say that I felt that the entire time that I was experiencing this, I felt that there was some sense of urgency, some sense of apocalypse, that the environment really did capture what was going on. Sort of like how Destiny's unique planets captured unique elements of what those environments were sort of going for. You know, Earth had that unique element of being salvage tech, just drawn out ancient things that have been there forever that have been abandoned. Venus had these huge landscapes, this big volcano in the background. It had this light drizzle of rain. Mars had sand dunes, so on and so forth. And in the Division, you're playing in New York, and it's good. It feels legit. It feels like you're actually playing in a city. And I did enjoy how the environment sort of acted as a separate character to the game. Now, the movement speed, this was an issue for me, that I felt that when I originally watched it, at least the E3 footage, I was worried about how characters moved. I was worried about the movement in general. And honestly, I thought it was okay when I played the alpha. I was like, okay, this isn't as half bad as I thought. I'm a big stickler on character movement, especially in third person. And it's more or less not necessarily how the movement feels, but how it looks. When you're looking at a character for so long, hours and hours of time, you tend to have this notion in your head where if you don't like the way the motion is, you're not going to play that game. At least for me, that was me personally. But the motion and movement does feel good. It feels fluid. The cover-based system is akin to Watch Dogs. It's sort of like Watch Dogs, so they're definitely pulling some stuff from that engine right there to emulate what's going on here in the Division. The gunplay is good. Like I said, bullet spongy does sort of exist, but if you're going for headshots and generally can aim and you're not a potato, this isn't an issue as much as I think people are making it out to be. A lot of the bigger YouTubers, and I'm not trying to take shots here, but a lot of the YouTubers out there are making the case that enemies are bullet spongy. But for me personally, when I played the alpha, I didn't have this issue. Now again, I don't know if that beta or press release was PC gameplay or if it was console gameplay. If it was console gameplay, it could explain why some of the PC players found it to be very spongy, and vice versa. If you're a console player and you play on PC, you'll notice that unless you're very adept at moving back and forth between the two, or you're constantly playing on PC and constantly playing on Xbox, you're going to notice the difference between the two, and you're going to see that your aim is not as good. Like for me personally, I'm decent on the controller, but when I play a lot of PlanetSide 2, my aim can get pretty potato-y. It just depends on the amount of time that you put into something. So that right there, I think, could explain some of it, but maybe not. You know, I'll have a second opinion as we move into the beta. Customization, character uniqueness, I think is on semi the same level as Destiny. It's not as fleshed out as I'd like it to be. It's semi done well. At least in the alpha, you had pre-scripted faces that you could pick from. It's not like the Elder Scrolls where you can make your character into you if you really wanted to. You're sort of stuck picking certain pre-invented characters for you. Now, I'm not sure that's the case in the beta. I actually think they're actually going to move forward and change that to a little bit more customization options. But in terms of gear and unique value, again, the armor is done differently, so it's like akin to Destiny in some respects, where your gear determines how powerful you are, not necessarily your level. And I think that's cool. I think the uniqueness is cool too, being unique and being like, I want to wear that as opposed to that because I look cooler in, you know, X as opposed to Y, is a great value add to players, myself included. So I'll let you guys know if you guys want to come in, check out the stream, please do. I'll have a couple more videos about the beta and about Division in general. I'm not trying to jump on the hype train here, but I do feel that I am very interested in this game. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, and I don't want to let any of you guys down if you think that I'm going to stop doing more videos. That is not the case, but I just want to let you know that for the foreseeable future, at least for like this week, I'm going to be focusing on the Division, see how well that does, if you guys enjoy it, etc. Want to check out more, please do. As always, you guys want to hop into the stream? I think I mentioned that like 4 or 5 times, but I want to mention it again. Please hop into the stream. You guys are awesome. I'll see y'all later. Peace.